Migration is the definition of a challenge that no country can solve alone. The magnitude, the range of drivers, the push and pull factors, all demand that we work together.
Amidst of growing U.S. immigration issues, the Biden administration has announced that the United States intends to establish processing centers that will enable eligible migrants to enter the United States, Canada, and Spain legally.
Visit us at Swat&Vee channel with your questions to see how best we can help you out your process. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Now let's continue to watch the video and find out what's new in U.S. immigration. During a press conference in Washington, D.C., Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security announced that the first processing centers will open in Colombia and Guatemala. He stated that the administration anticipates at least 5,000 monthly applications for legal entry into one of the three receiving countries. People from anywhere in the Western Hemisphere will be able to request asylum or refugee status at the nearest processing center and choose which country they wish to migrate to under the plan, which is one of several policy changes the Biden administration hopes will reduce illegal migration after the Title 42 public health emergency order expires on May 11. Mayorkas did not specify when the processing centers will open, but stated that additional details will be provided in the coming weeks. Mayorkas stated that the administration is also collaborating with other nations to expand the number of centers in order to reach as many potential migrants as possible and dissuade them from relying on smugglers. Officials did not say Thursday how many centers they plan to open or whether there will be limits on the number of people who can apply. The agreement between the U.S., Canada and Spain came as part of the Los Angeles Declaration, which the Biden administration signed on to last summer. A number of leaders across the Western Hemisphere agreed to help each other manage the unprecedented number of migrants attempting to leave their home countries.
These processing centers in Guatemala and Colombia will screen thousands of migrants on a monthly basis and determine whether they are eligible for different programs that would allow them to enter the U.S. legally, such as the traditional refugee resettlement system or temporary work visas. Staff at these facilities will also screen migrants to determine if they're eligible to stay in these host countries. For now, those would be Colombia and Guatemala, and also to see if they are eligible to be resettled in Spain or Canada, which have also agreed to take in some of these migrants, according to U.S. officials. The Biden administration's hope, Jim, is that these migrants will wait for a chance to enter the country legally instead of going to the U.S.-Mexico border and entering the country illegally. It is part of a broader effort to prepare for the eventual lifting of the Title 42 pandemic border restrictions in early May. That policy change, Jim, is expected to lead to a sharp increase in border.
The U.S. agreed to resettle 20,000 refugees over the next 2 fiscal years under the agreement. Secretary of State Antony Blinken stated during Thursday's news conference that 20 million people have been displaced in the Western Hemisphere over the past few years. We are confronted with an unprecedented migration problem. Long-term factors such as violence, corruption, and lack of economic opportunity continue to force people to abandon their communities, according to Blinken. Problems exacerbated by the pandemic, governance crises, and extreme weather events resulting from climate change. Thursday, the administration also announced that it will establish a new family reunification program for people from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Colombia. People from these countries will undergo a background check, and immigration agents will decide on a case-by-case basis if they are eligible to be reunited with family members already in the United States. CBP One, a mobile application, will continue to allow people to request asylum from their home countries and schedule an appointment with immigration agents at a U.S. port of entry. If they have already migrated to Mexico, they can also use the app there. The program, which became accessible to asylum seekers in January, provides approximately 740 appointments daily across the southern border. The administration said in a statement that while these measures should help reduce the number of people attempting to enter the country illegally, Congress needs to revise the country's immigration laws, which haven't seen a major overhaul since 1986, when the Reagan administration provided amnesty to 3 million people who were in the country illegally while also making it illegal for employers to hire undocumented immigrants. The Biden-Harris administration will do everything within its authority to manage this challenge, but until and unless Congress delivers on the immigration reform measures President Biden requested on his first day in office, the United States immigration system will remain broken, the statement said. Since the Trump administration invoked Title 42 in March 2020 at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, immigration officials have used it 2.7 million times at the southern border to expel migrants to Mexico or their home countries without giving them an opportunity to request asylum. Once Title 42 is lifted, immigration agents will continue enforcing immigration laws that could punish migrants with a 5-year ban on legally entering the U.S. and criminal prosecution if a migrant is caught illegally entering the country more than once. The Biden administration said it also plans to increase deportations once Title 42 is lifted. The administration said that anyone who doesn't use one of the available pathways to enter the country legally also could be barred from requesting asylum in the future. Some advocates for immigrant rights applauded the establishment of processing centers in Latin America, but argued that the administration should not prohibit asylum seekers at the U.S.-Mexico border and should include Africans. Historically, the U.S. has resettled very small numbers of refugees from Latin America, despite the need. This part of the announcement can be a much-needed first step towards addressing that gap, said Bilal Asghariar, interim campaign manager for Welcome with Dignity, a coalition of more than 100 immigrant rights organizations across the country. However, advocates are gravely concerned that the system may be used in conjunction with a ban on asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border, and that people from Africa who do not already have access to refugee resettlement will be left in harm's way. For decades, our country has chosen to address immigration as a border-only issue, an illogical, detrimental approach that has created great challenges at the border, she tweeted after the announcement. I'm proud the White House has announced the expansion of in-country processing, something I have long called for.
I hope you guys found this video extremely helpful. If you know anybody that could benefit from this information, definitely make sure to share this video with them. We are all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can benefit from this video, the more people we want watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs icon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!